Finding Dory is directed by Pixar alums, and it stars all the original cast, Ellen DeGeneres, Albert Brooks, along with many newcomers in there, a lot of Modern Family people, the lady from, it doesn't matter. There's a lot of people in this movie, and it's the much anticipated sequel to Finding Nemo, probably, I mean, top 3 best Pixar movies. That movie just crushes your soul and it tears your heart out, and then it just fills your life with happiness. And this movie has been long overdue and much anticipated, because that movie was so good and people have been looking forward to this movie. I've been looking forward to this movie, even though I will say right off the bat that I wasn't exactly too excited for this. Like, I was looking forward to it, and mostly before I saw the trailers, I was like really kind of pumped for it. But then I saw the trailers and I thought, I don't know. It just doesn't look like it's recapturing the magic of that first movie. And I went in a little bit skeptical. I was just, I figured it'd be a good movie because Pixar always delivers. But I don't know, I just didn't expect the same amount of emotion. And I'll just say right off the bat that it doesn't give you the same amount of emotion, especially from just that first scene of Finding Nemo. But it just because it doesn't tear your heart out, it makes you feel so many wonderful things, and it's just so wonderful. And I really love this movie so much. I'm like really happy about it too, because like I said, I didn't expect too much out of it, and maybe that's why it kind of blew my mind a little bit. But this movie is unbelievably beautiful, unbelievably well done. It is well directed, like all the voice talents in it are perfect. Ellen DeGeneres in this thing is, she's already been perfect as Dory, and she continues to just be perfect as this character. Everybody in the movie, all the voices, like, they're familiar voices that you've heard before, but they fit their characters so well, and you just forget that that's who they are, and you just fall in love with these new characters. And there's a plentiful of new characters to grab onto and to love in this movie. And the thing is, it has a lot of callbacks to the old one. It has a lot of callbacks to the original. But it never feels like they're just trying to, take an easy joke or try to make you feel something just because, oh, look, see, the first movie. It does it in a natural kind of way, and it reintroduces this somewhat familiar kind of story of, they're kind of go across they're going across the ocean again. Somebody gets into captivity. Somebody, they have to find each other and all this. It's somewhat familiar territory, but it feels brand new at the same time, but it feels exactly how the old one did, and it has the same type of feeling. It feels like a natural progression, but in this brand new story. I was really blown away by that, because I was like, what's going to happen? Is it going to be the same kind of thing? Like, even when it started, I was like, so it's just going to follow the same kind of thing, because with Toy Story and like those sequels, they got to branch off a little bit and like tried some different stories and things, but they were in this kind of box. And this thing, it's Finding Dory, so it kind of has to have the same some sort of formula with, they have to go find Nemo or find Dory, So I felt like, I don't know, maybe they're going to be a little bit contained in this thing, but they found a way to make it seem brand new. Like, we haven't seen any of the stuff, even with the callbacks. And that really surprised me, the way that they were able to do it. And watching this movie, I was just in awe of it. It looked, number one, real fast. This movie looked beautiful. It was amazing to look at. The animation is astounding. The short that was before it is like one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. Like, I don't know how it looked that realistic, but I mean, that's besides the point. But, you'll see the short before you see the movie, so, look forward to that because it's fantastic. But all the animation just blew me away. I was like, I couldn't believe how real everything looked. And anyway, like I was saying, the story is genuine. You care about the characters, all the new characters. It's funny. It's oh my God, it's so funny. I had some like seriously deep laughs. Like, I've seen all the comedies this year, and this is one of the funniest movies of the bunch. Like, it was hilarious. It was heartfelt, even though it didn't punch you in the gut and like make you want to, you know, die because of how sad it was. It didn't need to, because, you know, the first movie did that, and I feel like if they just threw in a moment like that, then it would be just trying too hard to recapture the first one. So it didn't do that. It kind of just went for this heartfelt tone all the way around. You cared about everything that was going on, and there's definitely moments in there where you feel touched, but you don't get as like heart-wrenched from the first one. But I mean, that's not a negative. That's just, if anything, I found it nice that they didn't do that, because they didn't want to retread, you know? And there's some new elements in this thing. I don't want to spoil anything. I'm just going to say go see this movie. If you were a little bit skeptical like I was, go see it. The kids will love it. Adults will love it. This is classic Pixar. Like, this is... I loved Inside Out, and I actually really enjoyed The Good Dinosaur, but there was a few years there where Pixar maybe wasn't at its best. This is classic Pixar. This is Pixar at its absolute best. I don't think I like this better than Finding Nemo, because Finding Nemo did have that emotional gut punch and then the great story and everything. But this blew me away more than I ever thought I could have been with this sequel. I absolutely, absolutely loved it. I can't believe how much I enjoyed this movie. By the end of it, it builds a suspense, and even though it's a kid's movie, you kind of figure what's going to happen. It doesn't just give it to you right away. It lets you be in suspense, and it doesn't just give the happy ending. It takes its time. It makes you care. It makes you worried. It leads you along this way, and it builds and builds and it builds and builds, and it leads to this ending that is just classic Pixar. It just feels so classic and so brand new at the same time. I absolutely love this movie. Go see it. You're going to love it. Everyone will love this movie. I hope it makes $1 billion, because it so much deserves it. Ellen DeGeneres finally got her sequel that she wanted, and it is so much better than I ever thought it could have been. I love this movie. I'm not going to say anything more about it because I don't want to spoil anything. 5 out of 5 for Finding Dory. I am blown away. I can't wait to see it again and see it with new people and experience it, because, man, this movie delivered more so than I ever thought it could have been. I loved it. Go see it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this and you want to see more reviews from a guy like me, Tom Waterloo, then please like and share this video, leave a comment down below, and most importantly, subscribe. And I'll see you guys at the next one.